In this video, I'm going to be reviewing and testing out the Cosori 12-in-1 air fryer toaster oven. So let's get started. Inside the box with the Cosori air fryer toaster oven, you'll get 6 accessories, which include a wire rack, a mesh air fry basket, a crumb tray, rotisserie forks, a baking tray, and a rotisserie handle. And there's also a user guide and a recipe book. It measures at 20.1 inches wide, 16.5 inches in depth and 12.1 inches high, and has a bright LED display panel. The Cosori air fry toaster oven comes with 12 preset cook functions, which include toast, bagel, pizza, bake, roast, air fry, broil, cookies, rotisserie, dehydrate, ferment and warm. The screen indicates which level to use for each cooking function. The inside of the oven measures at 13.9 inches deep, which is enough to get a 12-inch medium pizza or even a 13-inch pizza. Inside the oven, you'll see 2 heating elements on the top, a light bulb on the right side and also the fan, and then 2 heating elements at the bottom. To use the rotisserie forks, you're going to insert the stick into the slot on the left side of the oven first. Once that side is done, you can move over to the other side and secure it into place. Turn the top dial to select one of the cooking functions. These all come with preset cooking times and temperature settings. If you want to change the cooking time, turn the bottom button to increase or decrease the time. Push it in once and then you can adjust the temperature settings. There's a button for the light, a button for the fan, and then the start and cancel button. To change the degrees from Fahrenheit to Celsius, press and hold the same button used for the light until it changes to Celsius. I'm going to give all my accessories a good wash, and I'm going to give the inside of the oven a clean. As you can see, there's a lot of residue coming off there. So you definitely want to wipe down the inside of the oven before using it. And before cooking in the toaster oven, it's recommended to do a test run. This will also get rid of some of that new oven smell and the residue that you see in there. So turn the function to toast and put it on setting number 7, and then press the start button and the timer will count down. And while that's counting down, I do want to say I have tried my best to answer everything in the video, but if you do have any other questions or comments, do leave them below. I'll try my best to answer them. And if you are new to my channel, do consider subscribing. I bring out videos every week where I review household appliances and also some tech gadgets. When there is 1 minute left on the oven, the light will automatically turn on. When the oven's done cooking, it will bleep 5 times and then switch off, and also the light will turn off. And as is the case with most toaster ovens, you can feel that the top and the front side of the oven is quite hot. You're able to fit 6 slices into the toaster oven comfortably. So I had my first attempt at making the rotisserie chicken. I lined my baking tray because I'm expecting a lot of juices to drip. And I must admit, I did have to watch a few YouTube videos on how to tie the chicken. And I inserted the rotisserie shaft into the chicken and then pierced the forks in on either side. Once I got the forks in, I secured them into place, and it seemed pretty tight and secure. And then I inserted it into the slot, first on the left side of the oven and then secured it on the right side. So the drumsticks were hanging down quite a bit, touching the tray, and I was worried that it may prevent the chicken from turning, but it seemed okay, so I left it. And I'm following the steps from the recipe book, so switch it on to rotisserie, increase the time to 1 hour 10 minutes, and then press the bottom button to switch to temperature mode and change the temperature to 193 degrees Celsius, and press start. So the next time I will tie the drumsticks a little bit higher, closer to the stick, so that the chicken turns more smoothly, because right now you can see that it's putting weight on one side and it's not turning as smoothly. And the other thing is, if you want to have crispy skin, then you'll need to switch the fan button on. So partway through cooking, all the grease on the door was just sliding down and seeping out of the door onto the counter. So I just put a little bit of foil down to catch all the grease. I also had to open up a window and switch on my exhaust fan because the smell of the cooking was all over the house and it was quite strong. But it did smell amazing. Okay, so it's all done and it looks amazing and it smells great. And I'm going to use the rotisserie handle and lift up the right side first until it unlatches and then let the left side slide out of the slot. It is a little tricky to do and I don't even have that big a bird in here. I think I'm using probably about 1.5 to 2 kilos. It looks great, it's cooked really well. The tips seem to have gotten a little overcooked. I wonder if maybe I could have done it for just the 1 hour instead of 1 hour and 10 minutes, or I could just put foil on them. And just slicing into it, and it was so tender and it just looked so juicy. And just to show you a close-up of the skin as well, here I have a drumstick and the skin is so crispy. And the meat is just slide off the bone. It's amazing, so good. And there's all the oil that came out from under the door. So here is the aftermath of the inside of the oven. It's going to splatter on every single side, and I'm so glad I put foil down on the baking tray because that will make it easier for me to clean. So I waited for the oven to cool down a little bit, and then I just used warm water and a small amount of dish soap to wipe the whole oven while the grease was still soft and able to slide off easily. If I had left it overnight, then it would have just gotten stuck on and it would be a lot harder for me to clean. I was able to give it all a nice good clean without using any harsh abrasives or anything. The only thing I did find hard is inside the door where all the grease seems to have gotten trapped. I'm having a little trouble trying to get that out. And the next day when cooking in the toaster oven, the oil is still leaking from underneath the door, so you can see here it's dripping on my counter. I need to find something thin enough to get in there to be able to wipe all the grease away. If anybody has any ideas or suggestions, please do drop me a comment below. I really need to know how to clean this. So just to show you, you can see all the oil on my hand. It's just leaking on one side of the oven. And I will be making another video using the other cooking functions on the Cosori air fryer toaster oven. So be sure to subscribe with your notification bell turned on. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope to catch you in my next video.